Okay, the investigative team has returned. Will now reconvene.
Mr. Chairman, we find the charges have merit and recommend that they move forward.
The investigating committee recommends a finding of guilty on the charges. That's okay. Right? Yes. So.
Specification number 1. In that on or about May 19th, he exhibited highly confrontational behavior when he threatened a process server with a baseball bat, an action reported in local media. Specification 2. In that on or about June 3rd, 2015, he was disorderly and laughing out loud and disrespectful during a public meeting in the Parkersburg Municipal Building by making cat calls including, "He's a liar," and "Where's Debbie?" or words to that effect while the mayor was speaking at the meeting. Specification 3. In that on or about June 3rd, 2015, he was disrespectful and threatening by yelling across the room, "I'm the Republican chairman and you'll never be in the House of Delegates," or words to that effect to Becky Dean. Specification 4. In that on or about June 3rd, 2015, he was disrespectful and insulting by saying in the crowded area, "Are you sleeping with the mayor?" or words to that effect to Sarah Townsend. Specification 5. In that on or about June 15th, he was disrespectful by stating in an interview with the Parkersburg News and Sentinel that Vice Chairman Roger Conway was lying about having sufficient petition signatures to call a special meeting. Specification 6. In that on or about June 15th, he was disrespectful by stating on social media and in email circulated to the members of the Executive Committee, accusing Becky Dean of assault, a charge that the Sheriff's Department declined to pursue, and by including derogatory comments regarding members of the Executive Committee. Be it resolved that from the time official notification of this resolution is delivered to Rob Cornelius' address until disposition of the case, Rob Cornelius is suspended from the office of Chairman of the Wood County Republican Executive Committee and all his rights as a member of the Executive Committee, except as related to the trial, are suspended pending disposition of this case. That's my report.
Thank you, Greg. Okay, we're now going to give about 5 minutes for any type of a debate that you may have. Yeah, from the members of the committee. Any of you have anything that you want to add, feel free to do so. Greg?
We're just going to open it for discussion now.
Yes.
Robert's rules state that we have to provide 5 minutes of discussion, so since we don't have another side to present their portion of it, we'll just go ahead at this time and have a 5-minute discussion. If there's any questions from any members of the committee regarding the charges that I've presented here, please feel free to ask me at this time. We have individuals in the room that were witness to many events that are here to answer your questions this evening. If you haven't, now is the time to ask them. So please present any questions you have at this time to the chair, and we will deal with them as they come forward. Yes, Mr. Luke.
Did the committee, as they consider this situation, look at the 6
purposes of our committee and whether he was indeed trying to fulfill those purposes.
I think that those were issues that had been in consideration since he was elected. You know, the overall performance, they weren't included in these specific issues. No, these 6 specific charges, they're very specific as to the things that occurred. Doesn't take into account any other instances of exactly what's spelled out here. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, but could I cite one particular? Could I cite one particular one of those? The one that says the committee will try to maintain the highest standards of character of those persons seeking and holding public office. I guess my question really related to, do you feel in any way was he trying to do that?
Be specific in the action you think was. Can you be a bit more specific in what you think what action he was taking that would have been in that regard?
Okay, it seems to me that the statement saying we want to promote good people for the offices, that's
Right.
Good Republicans for the office, I guess I could
Exactly.
probably say. Okay, and did the committee at any point consider his efforts at trying to do that? That was what he was really trying to do.
I think that the committee recognizes that the objectives may have been sincere and headed in the right direction. That's not the things that are really in question here. It's the turbulence and the subsidiary problems that occurred on the way to do the jobs the one was elected to do. Any other questions?
Other than the instance where he identified himself as the chairman of the Republican Party, and I felt like that was wrong. The other instances, he could be construed as acting as a common citizen, and whereas they might not be in a manner that I would consider polite and gentlemanly, I think he has every right to possibly defend himself if he thought somebody was trying to come in late at night and he did not want to have them gain admittance to his home, and the other comments, whereas, like I say, I would not consider them gentlemanly. With the Second Amendment, he probably unfortunately has the right to say.
There's no doubt that anyone has the right to say anything that they want to say, but sometimes they have consequences for what you say, and you have to live with those consequences. And having served in this position for 4 years, it's very difficult to walk into a room and tell people I'm not the chairman. So it's very nice to try that, but it's very difficult. So I appreciate the order for that. As far as is there anybody on the committee that can confirm that confrontation occurred tonight? I thought it was in the morning. I thought she had come the night before and was turned away and came back in the morning.
Maybe she got your facts straight before you voted.
Yes, exactly. I might say, from my opinion, that I wouldn't advise anybody to be in a circle with a baseball bat. Okay? Any other questions?
That's right.
Okay, yeah, that, one last.
Okay?
His conduct, as far as the gentleman, was wrong, and he was representing our committee. Is there any other discipline you can give him? Does he have a chance to just, okay, I can apologize publicly in any way to redeem what he did wrong, and then go on from there and not exactly terminate him?
Chairman's asked me to explain how the process will work. First thing the committee will do is determine whether he'll guilty on each one of the charges. If there's a finding of guilty on at least one of the charges, or all of them, whichever it is, then the committee will assess the punishment. And the punishment, under Robert's Rules of Order, could be as severe as expulsion. I think the committee decided not to put expulsion on the table, but removal from office, censure, suspension from office, or warning as possible penalty. So the first step for the committee to do is determine guilt or innocence on each one of the charges. If there's a finding of guilty on a majority vote, then go through each of them. If there's a finding of guilty, then they'll consider punishment, starting with the most severe, the first punishment, and get the majority vote, and the punishment is majority vote.
According to the current edition of Robert's Rules of Order, newly revised, which is applicable in this situation, a majority vote of those present and voting is needed for a finding of guilt on at least one charge. And now we're going to go into each one of those specifications. Specification number 1. In that on or about May 19, he exhibited highly confrontational behavior when he threatened a process server with a baseball bat, an action reported in the local media. All in favor of finding of guilty in that particular charge?
Point of order here, is it possible to vote on all 6 specifications at once? Do that instead of going through each one of them?
We can do that,
Well, I would so move.
okay? Any objections?
Yes. You're not allowed to. Okay, good. We got an objection.
Okay, with that being said, all in favor of putting these? Okay, gotcha. Okay, we're going to continue on then. And I'm going to start back at the beginning. Specification 1, in that on or about May 19th, he exhibited highly confrontational behavior when he threatened a process server with a baseball bat, an action reported in the local media. All in favor of finding of guilty, say aye.
Aye.
All not guilty? No.
No.
Committee members, Tony.
Only committee members are allowed to vote.
The motion carried. We are looking at a guilty on specification number 1. Yes, specification number 2. In that on or about June the 3rd, 2015, he was disorderly and laughing out loud and disrespectful during a public meeting in the Parkersburg Municipal Building by making calls including, "He's a liar," "Where's Debbie?" or words to that effect while the mayor was speaking, and laughing out loud as well. According to the charges and specification 2, all in favor of the finding of guilty, say aye. Aye. All in favor of a finding of not guilty, say no. Okay, motion is carried with a guilty. Specification number 3. In that on or about June 3rd, 2015, he was disrespectful and threatening by yelling across the room, "I am the Republican chairman and you'll never be in the House of Delegates," or words to that effect. As to specification 3, all in favor of a finding of guilty, please say aye.
Aye.
All not guilty, say no. Specification number 4. In that on or about June 3rd, 2015, he was disrespectful and insulting by saying in a crowded area, Are you sleeping with the mayor? For words to that effect, to Sarah Townsend. According to that specification that we just read, all in favor of finding of guilty, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor of of not guilty, aye. No, I'm sorry. Carried as well. Specification number 5. In that on or about June 15th, he was disrespectful by stating in an interview with the Parkersburg News and Sentinel that Vice Chairman Roger Comey was lying about having sufficient petition signatures to call a special meeting. All in favor of a finding of guilty, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor of a finding of not guilty, say no. Carried in number 5 as well as guilty. Specification number 6. In that on or about June the 15th, he was disrespectful by stating on social media and in emails circulated to the members of the executive committee accusing Becky Deem of assault, a charge that the Sheriff's Department declined to pursue, and by including derogatory comments regarding members of the executive committee. In regard to specification number 6, all in favor of a finding of guilty, please say aye.
Aye.
All in favor of a finding of not guilty, say no. Resolved that from the time official notification Rob Cornelius has been found guilty of all the charges and all the specifications. We now must determine the punishment. Possible punishments include 1, removal from office, 2, censure, 3, suspension from office for a stated period of time, 4, an admonition that the offense not be repeated. We will vote on the punishment beginning with the most severe. The first punishment getting a majority vote will be the punishment imposed. We'll now call for the question. All in favor of removing Rob Cornelius from office, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
No.
Okay. We want to make sure about this, so let's verify it by show of hands. All in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Okay, thank you. And all opposed? Okay, motion carries. I now declare that Rob Cornelius has been removed from office. The office of chairman is now vacant, and the vice chairman will serve as interim chairman until a chairman can be elected.
Change your mind about becoming
Our next regular meeting of the executive committee will be held on July the 21st. At that time, we will conduct an election to fill the vacant position of chairman. Is there any other business from the committee that may be properly brought before this special meeting?
Mr. Chairman, I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor of adjournment, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried, meeting adjourned. I will ask that our secretary send a letter.
Always control it. Wants to keep control.